You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what he actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Thursday, happy Jupiter Day, and happy September, my favorite month of the year. I'm biased, though. My birthday's in September, but we made it. I can't believe August is already gone. And as we ring in September, we also celebrate the September 1st babies of the world. Zendaya, I always mess up the pronunciation of her name, but it's her birthday today, and I love her Virgo vibes. She's practical, no nonsense, and also just has this really like pure nature about her. Love her. Also, Gloria Estefan is a Virgo, and now I know why I love the song Conga so much. It's just always resonated with me, and I learned that she's a Virgo, so it makes sense. My Virgo heart saw her Virgo energy from a young age. I literally was obsessed with that song in like elementary school. Let's see. Lily Tomlin is also a Virgo. Makes total sense. Love her. And Dr. Phil is a Virgo. I feel like he's a good example of the energy of service. You know, say what you want about Dr. Phil, but he's devoted a lot of his life and career to helping other people. So happy birthday to him, celebrating his solar return. Rachel Zoe. Yeah. Makes sense as well. She's particular. She's a little critical and harsh. If you ever watched the Zoe Report, she is a stylist, a fashion icon really at this point, and she's very particular with her fashion. Billy Blanks, isn't he the guy who does Tybo? We have some really interesting September 1st Virgo. So if it's your birthday, if you're a Virgo, if you know someone celebrating a birthday today, let us know so we can celebrate you. Rachel is turning 30 tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad I got to be with you here live today. I won't be live tomorrow, but wishing you an early happy birthday and the most fabulous weekend to celebrate. I hope you do something fun for yourself. The moon will be in Sagittarius for the weekend, so great party vibe, fun, adventurous, spontaneous vibe. Corby's here as well, wishing everybody a happy September. And so is Nick. Hi, welcome to you this morning. So we're going to go through the transits pretty quickly today because full disclosure, I got a flight to catch. Those of you who have been joining me live pretty regularly know that I'm heading out of town for the weekend. Yes, 30 is a big deal. And 30 is the new 20. You know, I'm like getting kind of, I mean, not necessarily excited to turn 30, but I kind of am. I'm like, it feels like a rite of passage. And remember, in astrology, you're not officially an adult until you have your Saturn return until after about the age of 30. So ushering you into adulthood with lots of love, or astrological adulthood, I should say, and sending you so much positive energy to celebrate. Really in your feels, Scorpio moon for sure. And the moon will probably be in Scorpio for your birthday, you know, so you're kind of having your solar return and lunar return all at once. A really powerful moment for you. And let yourself feel those emotions. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate all the feelings that come up with being alive. Get all the darkness out during the Scorpio moon so you can lighten up and celebrate a little bit this weekend. Hi, BB. Yes, travel time. Thank you. Thank you. I just told my partner I'm not bringing my laptop to Las Vegas because I am not going to work this workaholic Virgo needs some boundaries for herself. So getting lots of stuff in and done this morning so I can make sure you guys all have the guidance that you look for here every day while still partying it up in Las Vegas. And Rachel, I'll be sending you lots of fun party vibes from Vegas for sure. All right, so let's do a check on the energy. The sun is in Virgo, the moon is in Scorpio. These two energies support each other. So we do have a lot of supportive energy we're working with today when we take into account where the sun and moon are. The depth of the Scorpio moon really helps support that analytical particularity, if that's a word, of the Virgo sun. We're really into the details. We can be a little analytical and obsessive with these two energies. So just know that, but also it can give us a lot of motivation and drive, which is kind of the theme of today's transit. So the main energy we're talking about today is Mars forming a sextile to Jupiter. And we're still feeling this pretty strongly right now. This connection was exact just before 5 a.m. Pacific time. So we woke up feeling this. And if you're joining me live, let me know how the energy is feeling for you before we get into the nitty gritty of this. And good morning, Bailey. You're so sweet. So Mars and Jupiter, Mars being the planet of action, aggression, war, but motivation, drive, stamina, right? And Jupiter, the planet of abundance, optimism, adventure, travel. Great day for travel for me. But Mars forming a sextile to Jupiter means these two energies are supporting each other. So you see Mars in Gemini and Jupiter in Aries right now, both at 6 degrees. So what does this mean for us today? And by the way, when you watch tomorrow's video and see the transits playing out this weekend, Mars, Jupiter, and Mercury are all kind of coming into this little mix with each other. So I just want to point that out today because you can see Mercury is at 5 degrees right now. So Mercury will be trine Mars over the weekend and opposing Jupiter. They form a nice little triangle with each other. So Mercury is definitely playing into this. It's Virgo season. We're in our head quite a bit during Virgo season. So just know that there's a lot of mental energy that we're working with today, not just physical energy. But let's come back to Mars and Jupiter, which is a very physical transit. How is this playing out for us? Well, a sextile is a positive, supportive angle. I got to slow down here. This is Mars and Jupiter. I'm like, like, let's go, let's do it, let's be quick. That's very much the energy. Mars already likes to move quickly, and especially Mars and Gemini, it's very flighty, do this, jump here, go there, and Jupiter only expands on that energy. So it's a favorable day to move forward in whatever area you're feeling like you need to move forward in. Mars and Jupiter will give you the confidence, the drive, and the ability to take that next step with optimism, like knowing that there's going to be solid ground as you're taking the step. Jupiter is like, just do it, So it's kind of this push energy of like, if we lean into it, we can get a lot done and be very productive in a way today. And not as in the sense of like, what we're doing has to have great purpose, but if there's something you've been wanting to try or do, this transit is great to just give you that little push to let you know that it's possible and that you can do it. Now, what's really great about this, Mars is a very assertive energy. It's very direct, and Jupiter, again, amplifies this. So if you need to step into a leadership role, if you need to give a presentation of some sort at work over the next couple days, this energy is really going to help you. But Jupiter also makes us cooperative and generous. So while Mars can be very much about me, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing, Jupiter does bring in an element of collaboration and cooperation to the mix, even Jupiter in the self-centered sign of Aries. So, we can step into authority with Mars forming a sextile to Jupiter today, but also do so being mindful of how our actions are affecting other people, the weight that our actions hold, the ripple effect that we cause, and the energy that we put out and how it vibes with other people too. So it's not so much this questioning, like if it was like a more of a Libra energy, it would be like, okay, how is what I'm doing affecting other people? It's like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm confident that it's going to have a positive effect on the people around me. That's kind of the energy of Mars and Jupiter. This helps us start projects. If there's, again, something that you've been wanting to start, today's a great day to do it. And physical exercise will feel really good too. We just have a lot of energy today. Mars is energy, Jupiter expands that energy. So physical exercise will feel really good, and there could be some luck involved in the actions you take because Jupiter brings luck into the mix. So this is a really positive transit all the way around, and take confident action today, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's trying something new, maybe it's just doing something you've been putting off, but this transit really gives us the courage and the belief in ourselves that it's going to work out. Whatever step we're taking is going to work out. And mind you, we're coming into the first quarter phase of the moon tomorrow. So we're starting to feel that energy of like, okay, we're ready to move forward. We've really been in this phase of planning and preparing, and we're really wanting to take action. And we might even be like a little impulsive to take action over the next couple of days, but specifically with Mars and Jupiter supporting each other, it's like this spontaneous, adventurous energy that we're bringing with us into the weekend as well. Because like I said, these Mars, Jupiter, and Mercury are all connecting with each other over the next couple of days. So it's going to make for a really spontaneous, fun vibe. Now, the one thing I will say, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow, but anytime Jupiter is involved in a sextile, it is more of a moderate energy, but we're going to get into some oppositions to Jupiter over the weekend. So we want to make sure we're not going overboard, doing too much. It's Virgo season. We have a tendency to go hard, right? And like really get into things and maybe have higher expectations than we bargained for. So we want to make sure there's an element of moderation here, but we're going to be really confident in whatever we're doing today, which I love. I love this energy for us. Let's see. Definitely feeling up today. So energized. That's Mars and Jupiter. Thank you to Mars and Jupiter. I was really emotional last night, but this morning I'm feeling a bit better, more optimistic, kind of flipped in a quick manner. You're talking about the exact energy that we're feeling right now. Hey there, I'm not taking a ton of questions today because I am in a bit of a rush today, but in the future, definitely tune in next week. I woke up like it's September 1st, not realizing it's a Virgo sun, which is what I have. Still having tense conversations though, and feeling that other energy. Yeah, and the moon is in Scorpio too. So there is an element of intensity that we'll get to. And the next transit we'll talk about could explain some of the tension, the underlying tension that's been playing out too. Hi, Diane. Never need to apologize. You are here right on time. And yes, it's positive energy today. And yeah, a lot of Jupiter transits right as we're going to Las Vegas. Bring on the lucky vibes, everybody. We're winning some money. I don't even like to gamble, but when I saw what's going on with Jupiter this weekend, I'm like, maybe I will dabble just a little bit. Happy birthday to your mother-in-law. Lucky you getting a Virgo mother-in-law. I'm halfway sarcastic about that because she might be a little critical in particular, but I'm sure she is a lovely woman, and wishing her a very happy birthday to a fellow Virgo. I only joke about Virgo energy because I am a Virgo and I can be that critical person. So happy birthday. All right. So the other transit we're feeling, which happens to be exact today as well, but we've been touching on this for the past week. We'll be feeling it for about another week or so because Lilith and Chiron, these two placements, are very slow moving. So they've been squaring each other coming into this square for a little bit now. And we've kind of been feeling this, playing into this. On point with that. Yeah. I don't know if I would personally love to have a Virgo mother-in-law. Maybe I would gel with them. You guys are so sweet. Like always wishing each other happy birthdays. Katie wishing Rachel a happy birthday. 30s pack a punch. I have Mars and Jupiter in Taurus. Feel like it's a nice balance and keeps me grounded. Aw, off to spend the day with your daughter. Have the best day with her. I love that. Okay. Lilith and Chiron. What's going on here? Let me show you on the chart where they're at. Lilith in Cancer, Chiron in Aries, both in cardinal signs, both very authoritative in these positions. And Chiron and Aries, I mean, Chiron's been in Aries forever. We're very familiar with Chiron and Aries at this point, really doing a lot of inner child work, inner child healing. And Chiron, as we know, is that icy outer body that represents our deepest wounds and our ability to heal them and then heal others once we unlock that healing for ourselves. That's why it's in the shape of a key. Lilith is the dark moon. It is the path or the point on the moon's path that's farthest from Earth. So it represents this shadowy energy, the things that have been repressed. And it also represents the part of us that does not want to be repressed or controlled. So Lilith is kind of known as our inner bitch, the part of us that refuses to be pushed down or dominated, right? It wants to be sovereign. So those energies combined bring a little bit of trigger energy, right? Bring a little bit of sassiness into the picture. And it's really been coming out. Like, I mean, I've noticed this, just like little comments, little things popping up that are like, ooh, that was kind of harsh. That kind of stung, you know? That's kind of the energy of Lilith squaring Chiron. And again, I want to reiterate that these aren't major planets. This is very much a background subliminal energy we're talking about, but we're feeling it. And we've been feeling it and we will continue to feel it. So it is a nice thing to have in the back of your mind, even if it is just to remind you, don't be so harsh. Maybe don't be such a bitch, you know, not saying you are, but it is nice to know, okay, Lilith and Chiron are kind of agitating us a little bit. So these very distinct influences of this need to be in control, this need to be free and sovereign, and this woundedness, this desire to heal ourselves are clashing with each other. You know, so when they come into this 90-degree angle, we can be easily triggered. We can be quick to defend ourselves or react. Like, it feels like no, you know, if any little part of our wounding is triggered, we're like, absolutely not. I will not be controlled. You know, like, I need to stand up for myself. That's kind of how this energy feels to me. So even just slightly provoking those wounds can bring out a lot of intense, bitchy, a little bit of hostile energy. We want to really, in general, not just with this transit, but with the Scorpio moon as well, we want to be aware of how we're reacting to things. We can't control how other people act, but we can control how we react. And that's something to carry with you as this transit plays out. Just really be mindful of your reactions to things. Are people really trying to piss you off, or is that one little comment, that one little action showing you something that still needs to be healed? I personally, maybe it's my Scorpio moon, but I like to look at squares as opportunities, this tension, like it's activating something within us. So if you notice yourself getting irritated or agitated, why is that? What's being activated within you? And that's where healing can start. That can show you, kind of shine light on that wound, like, oh, this is still kind of bothering me. How do I control myself and heal myself and kind of be more aware of my reactions coming from this wounded place? Now, a fun fact here, the next time Lilith and Chiron will come into this square with each other, because again, they move so slowly, will be in 2027. So this is a powerful moment for us to really be aware of how we're reacting and when our wounds are provoked. Like, this is a pivotal point when we talk about a square. Lilith is going to be pulling away from Chiron very, very slowly, but just it's a powerful moment to shift or change or gain awareness about our reactions when we are feeling a little triggered and wounded. Oh, thank you, Katie. It's going to be such a fun weekend. Happy early birthday to Rachel. You guys are all so sweet to each other. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but it doesn't surprise me. It just makes me so happy. So, been feeling this. Found out yesterday my partner's boss said something really mean about him to another coworker, really trying not to activate my Lilith Mars and go into protective mode. Yeah. And there's that, like, Lilith, like, I'm not going to take it lying down energy, you know, like we're going to stand up for ourselves. We will not be walked all over. So you already have that awareness, which is really beautiful. And it is so sweet that you're like in protective mode of your partner, you know, and so it's kind of nice that it's not your own wounds being triggered, but maybe it is just a little bit. Maybe there's something within you that made you go into protective mode. So what's that about? You know, that's something to look into. The moon's in Scorpio, go within. He's just been going through a lot right now and really depressed. I'm worried about him. I don't know how to help. I've been there. I get it. I've been on both ends of that. And the best thing you can do is just be the bright light that you are and not try to fix it or be like, how can I make you feel better? Which is so easy to do, right? Like we want to control it, but just to be like, let's go on a walk, you know, kind of lead the way a little bit, step into the positive qualities of Lilith and be the one that kind of takes the reins. And like, you know, the woman can lead the way. Obviously, I shouldn't even have to say that, but you know what I mean? Just be that ball of light that you are and let him know he's safe. It's safe to feel the things he's feeling. You're a safe person for him to come to. But also, don't worry about it. It's your birthday tomorrow. Like, have fun this weekend. I know you're a loving person and you want your partner to feel great, but have fun. And that vibe will echo out and ripple out, and he'll probably feel it too. Do a little dance party, be silly, celebrate your birthday. And I think that could actually help quite a bit, as simple as it sounds. Okay, let's talk about what's going on with the Scorpio moon today. It's a waxing crescent moon in Scorpio. Hold on, I gotta like sniffle. Okay, still like working through some weird sinus stuff, you guys. So thanks for being patient with me. All right, so the moon in Scorpio, making a couple different connections. We talked about this supportive energy between the Scorpio moon and the Virgo sun, and those two bodies formed a sextile to each other overnight, 1 a.m. So most of us, pretty much anywhere, we're probably sleeping. Maybe if you live in like Europe or even farther east, you woke up feeling really confident, really leaning into that Mars-Jupiter vibe. The moon forming a sextile to the sun just boosts our confidence even more. It's like our conscious and our subconscious are working hand in hand. So you might have had nice dreams last night or just woke up feeling a little bit more confidence and vitality. We will take it, right? At 3 p.m., the moon, look at the chart, what's coming up, you can totally see it. The moon is coming into a conjunction with the south node and opposing the north node. And at the same time, the moon is harmonizing with Lilith over here. We just talked so much about Lilith, so it's only fitting that the moon is going to really naturally bring through Lilith's energy today. Now, the moon conjunct the south node. A baby little refresher here on what the south node is all about. For those of you who are new to astrology, the north node represents our purpose, the direction we're heading, the lessons we're here to learn, the energy we're here to embody. The south node is very representative of our karmic past, our past lives, the energy we're already comfortable in, and the lessons we've already learned. So when the moon meets up with the south node, it can be really easy to fall back into those tendencies, back into those patterns, back into those old emotions. And we're starting to feel this right now. But the beautiful thing about the north and south node is that they're always directly opposing each other. So as the moon meets up with the south node this afternoon around 3 p.m. early afternoon, we can also clearly see the north node. So when we're noticing ourselves falling back into those patterns, we also have the conscious awareness to be like, oh, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. It's kind of like, how did I end up here again? You know? So watch the tendency for falling back into the past. We've been there. We've done that. We don't need to stay there. And this trine to Lilith, again, can bring through some bitchiness, some manipulation, some control issues. And that could be what kind of activates that past patterning. So something to be mindful of. Again, this isn't like a major transit. Mars and Jupiter keep the energy high today. Thank goodness. But something to be mindful of if you do kind of find yourself falling into the past, into past tripping. You know, often we talk about future tripping. Sometimes it's easy to do the same thing to the past. Or if you even just find yourself being a little harsh, judgmental, bitchy, controlling, like that might be something you've worked a lot on and you don't want to be anymore. So notice it, witness it, and be like, this isn't how I want to be. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Like, thank you for showing me, universe, what I don't want. Thank you for showing me where I've already been. We've been there. Close that chapter. We're ready to move forward. Yeah, definitely the Scorpio moon for sure. And just in general, that Scorpio moon, we can be a little obsessive, compulsive, intense, like really fixating on things. And so that really plays into this conjunction to the South Node too. What have we been fixating on or controlling in the past that we have made strides on letting go? You might find yourself kind of fixating on those things again today. So just give yourself credit. I've already surpassed this. And that can be a moment of like, oh, I know how to handle this. We've been here before. Okay. The next major transit we're talking about is at 7 p.m. Pacific time. The moon opposes Uranus. Got some tricky transits today with the moon. Luckily, again, Mars and Jupiter keeping the vibe high. Thank you, Mars and Jupiter. So the moon will oppose Uranus around 7 p.m. tonight. Uranus, the planet of disruption, change, rebellion. This transit makes us want to plug your ears, children, fuck shit up. Like, we're just like, let's go. I keep thinking it's Friday because I'm getting ready to leave town, but it's kind of just this energy of like rebellion. Like, I just want to cause a stir. And especially with the moon close to the South Node as well, this could play into falling back into past destructive patterns. Like, we feel the need for a thrill. We feel the need for excitement. We're attracted to that, and falling back into old ways of getting that through poking someone else or kind of pushing other people's buttons could cause some mood swings, could cause some emotional outbursts. So something to, again, be aware of. You're here, you're doing the work, you're already aware of it, and it makes it so much easier when you see those things pop up to know like, oh, I already kind of was prepared for this, right? Instead of just being in it and being like, what the heck is happening right now? So when the moon opposes Uranus, we want to make sure we are not trying to disrupt other people. And it's important to remember the Scorpio moon craves intimacy. We want deep connection. And sometimes if we feel like we're not getting the deep connection we need, like think of like kids who do this. I know as a Scorpio moon, I did this a lot as a child. So speaking from personal experience here, I would get like angry and have emotional outbursts. But really now that I've worked a lot on my own healing and, hindsight is always 2020, it was often in times that I just wanted love and I didn't know how to ask for it. So sometimes we try to disrupt or poke other people because really all we want is love. And it feels silly to be like, hey, can I have a hug right now? Or like, can you snuggle me for 5 minutes? Feels a little needy, right? So just notice your tendency if you are kind of trying to disrupt or provoke. Where is that coming from? Go deep within under the Scorpio moon. And remember, other people might be doing this as well. So if you notice your partner or your children or your friends kind of being rebellious or disruptive, what is the deeper need there? What do they really want? And also the moon opposing Uranus can bring quick changes of plan as well. So just be open, be flexible. This opposition's playing out in fixed signs. So anytime we have fixed energy like this, it's always like, stay flexible, stay flexible. It's all going to be good, right? Be willing to react differently when the moon opposes Uranus. We can really take advantage of this transit by doing it differently. Uranus asks us to try it a new way, to innovate a little bit. So if we can harness that Uranus energy and notice, oh, I have this tendency to want to like push someone's buttons. How can I do it differently this time? How can I ask for what I need instead of causing a blow up to get what I need eventually after, 45 minutes of arguing and going back and forth, and then eventually coming to a place where we hug each other and love each other and we get what I wanted in the first place. I don't know if that's resonant to anyone else, but definitely something that plays out in my life. Yeah. But also, if you're looking for a good time, the moon opposing Uranus is a time to get a little weird and a little wacky too. Just make sure you don't go overboard, right? Your fiance has a Scorpio moon. Look at you with all these friends who have Scorpio moons and people in your life who have Scorpio moons. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to be with us Scorpio moons, but we love hard and we love deep, you know, and we'll be obsessed with you too. Like we will obsess over you if we love you. Okay, the final transit this Friday is a square between the moon and Saturn. This is 11 p.m. So right around midnight, how we end our day. You might just want to tuck yourself in early, because when the moon squares Saturn, we can be a little depressed, lonely, isolated. These things can pop up. And it can cause like this energetic or emotional dip as well when the moon squares Saturn. So if you're feeling those feels, it's okay. Maybe just take some time to yourself or go to bed a little early tonight. If you're on the East Coast, this is like 2 a.m. for you. You probably don't even have to worry about it. But you could have fears or doubts coming up even in your subconscious with Scorpio keeping us so tied into what lies beneath. So just give yourself plenty of time to rest, process tonight. You'll probably have a lot of energy earlier in the day with this Mars-Jupiter sextile, and it's easy with Jupiter to burn out. So, you know, you might feel even just tired by the end of the day, like, whoo, that was a lot, you know, and just maybe go to bed early or give yourself some solitude, some rest at the end of the day, just to have some time to yourself, process things, and wake up hopefully feeling refreshed tomorrow. So those are today's transits. Let's come back to our affirmation of the day. I can only control myself. I can only control myself. You know, we talk a lot about focusing on what you can control. And remember, we can't control other people. So under the Scorpio moon, there's a tendency to want to manipulate others, to be in control. With Lilith and Chiron, this controlling energy is coming into play, something we've talked a lot about. Even with the moon opposing Uranus, this tendency to disrupt. Where is that really coming from? Wanting to be in control, wanting other people to meet our needs, wanting other people to give us what we crave without actually asking for it. So remember, you can only control yourself. You can't control how other people feel or how they're going to react, but you can control how you react. And that is a beautiful thing to realize, especially under a reactive, intense Scorpio moon like we have today. All right, we're going to do our tarot pull. I'm feeling the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. It's been a little bit since we pulled from this deck, and Mars energy always feels very animalistic to me. So you know the drill. This is your time to ask questions. Let me know your plans for the day. Let me know your biggest takeaway. Yes, only me, myself, and I. It's the only person that you will be with your entire life. Right? The only person that you'll have with you every moment of every day is you. The only person who can control how you feel is you. The only person who can control what goes in and out of your body, you know, physically how you feel, all these things. Like you, and when we seek controlling other people, or when we seek other people to make us feel a certain way, we're giving away our power. And the Scorpio moon is really connected with our power too, that deep internal power. So, okay, 2 came out. I'm going to keep shuffling. So remember, take back your power. Like you are in control of you. Going out of the house late today. Stayed up late, woke up late. You might have did you stay up past 1 a.m.? This is, I'm curious because I had a lot of energy super late last night, and the moon and sun formed that sextile at 1 a.m. And once I like really reviewed the forecast, I'm like, oh yeah, I was feeling like really confident, like wide awake at 1 a.m. last night. I like this, Cancer. Thank you. Welcome, Cancer. Went to bed at 4:30. You're a night owl, Nick. Or maybe you're not normally, but yeah, might have been the sun and moon like giving you that little late night burst of energy. Wow, I'm surprised you're up and out about right now. My friend got me my first tarot deck for my birthday. I plan on doing my first reading for myself tomorrow. That's so fun. What a great way to celebrate your birthday. I know, I'm already like, what tarot deck am I going to bring to Las Vegas? Already looking up crystal shops and metaphysical shops I can go to there. That's like my favorite thing to do when I travel, is find a little shop to visit, a local shop. Yesterday, I stayed up until 1 a.m. driving and listening to music. So much energy. And mind you, also, we were starting to really feel that Mars-Jupiter connection last night, too. So, yeah, lots of energy late last night and first thing this morning. And you usually go to bed at 9. Wow, you are feeling it. Feeling that high energy. How cute. Sometimes a creature of the night. 4 hours works for sleep. I'm the same way. You're a Virgo, right? I'm like, I can thrive on 4 to 5 hours of sleep. When I sleep too much, I don't feel good, which is so funny. I don't know why that is. Okay, let's pull a card. Here we go. Everybody who's joining me live, all the beautiful people out there, let's take a deep breath together. Here we go. Breathe in and release. What do we need to know? The Crow Spirit. Card number 17, co-create with spirit. What does the Crow Spirit have for us? Let's see. Crow Spirit. As you look around you, can you sense the magic that pulses through the world? Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing? How every intention can call the universe into action as the sacred laws shape what you experience. The universe works in perfect order. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with spirit, you will want to crow with delight, feeling the excitement and wonder of being in harmony with something much larger than yourself. Crow Spirit says you are right on target now to see your dreams magically come into being in the visible world. The laws of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are operating in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what is yours, even if it is still coalescing into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. No matter what area of your life you're concerned with now, what you hope for is on the way, for Spirit is your co-creation partner. I love this card for all of the Jupiter energy that we're feeling right now, because Mars forming a sextile to Jupiter, it's like the actions we take are being supported by abundance, Jupiter being the planet of abundance. So that next step you take under the first quarter moon, as we come into it tomorrow, the actions you're taking now are really supported by Spirit, the universe, and this card just confirms it. It confirms that you're on the right path, and that inkling you have, that little itch to take the next step, to do that little thing, is supported and is aligning you with the path of abundance. If it feels like it's on your heart and it's meant for you, that card is confirmation that it is, and that whatever actions you're taking right now, whatever steps you're taking, even if you're not fully confident, although there's a lot of confidence today, being in the energy of like, yes, is going to bring more yes back to you. Being in the energy of like, I feel good, I feel energized, is going to bring more of that positive energy back to you. So this is just that confirmation that you are co-creating with Spirit, especially when you're feeling those good vibes that Jupiter brings. Crows always seem to find me when I'm outside and caw at you. Maybe this is your spirit animal, Diane. Maybe this card was just calling your name, reminding you that you are abundant. Bailey says, feeling this card, as you said earlier, we are feeling the need to take action now, and our spirit guide is with us. Yes, such a beautiful way to sum up the energy. I love that. I love that. All right, everybody. That is going to do it for this episode of Transits today. I'm off tomorrow, but I will have a video ready for you, a quick walk through the weekend, if you will, so you can kind of align with the energy. We have a lot of fun transits playing out this weekend with the moon moving into Sagittarius. We have Mercury opposing Jupiter, Mercury harmonizing with Mars, and let me see, anything else? Venus moves into Virgo on Sunday. So lots of fun energetic shifts coming our way. And a lot of positive energy to work with, especially with that Sagittarius moon for most of the weekend. So that video will stream live tomorrow morning. You're welcome to comment. Let me know how the energy is feeling. I will be checking up on your comments and replying, because I just can't stay away from all of your beautiful energy. I love it so much. Viva Las Vegas. You know I will be listening to that song. I already told Julian, if we find an Elvis impersonator, we have to take a picture. Like it's Vegas 101. You have to, right? Blackjack and Texas Hold'em would be all I would dare to play. I'm a little nervous to gamble. I'm not a big gambler, but I've actually never gambled in Vegas. So there's a first for everything. Thank you, Bailey. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be celebrating another trip around the moon this weekend. Your lunar return. I love that. And one final happy birthday live here to Rachel. I hope you have the most beautiful 30th birthday tomorrow. I will be thinking of you and sending you so much love. And I hope you know I'm so grateful for you being in our community and so grateful for all of you showing up here today. Oh, look. You got this. I won $60 my first time. Putting out that positive energy. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Take adventurine in your pocket. It's gambler stone. I think I have adventurine. If I don't, I got to buy some. All right. Thank you for all the kind wishes. Thank you for being here for this community we're creating together. Thank you for showing up for yourself today, most importantly. I love you all. I hope you all have the most beautiful weekend. I'm so grateful for all the love you share with me every day. And I will see you right back here on Monday for a live episode of Transits Today. And I'll see some of you in the comments on the video that is shared over the weekend. Have a beautiful next few days, and I'll see you on the other side. Make sure you're following along on Instagram too, because you know I'm going to be very extra in Vegas. And just one final moment. Can we all just visualize me on stage with Shania Twain? We're manifesting. We're calling it in, everybody. It's a collective manifestation now. Okay, enough silliness. I love you all. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.